The disappearance of flight MH370 is one of the biggest mysteries in modern aviation history.
Breaking news tonight, a Malaysia Airlines flight with 239 people on board, including 4 Americans, has gone missing.
What really happened to Malaysian Airlines flight MH370 10 years ago?
Malaysian 370, contact Jamil 120.9.
When we say disappeared, it disappeared from the civilian system because it didn't answer anymore.
More than a decade after the world-shaking disappearance, the flight's files seem to have been closed forever. The most expensive searches in history were halted one by one, leaving a cold void in the ocean and a series of unanswered questions. Just as everyone was accepting that the mystery would remain deep at the bottom of the ocean, an autonomous submersible suddenly detected strange signs in the dark depths that previous survey teams had missed. Watch as this layer of data opens up a completely different approach. The flight departed Kuala Lumpur at 0041 on a routine schedule bound for Beijing. This route has been operated for many years, has no special risk characteristics, and has always maintained a stable flow. The first minutes did not record any unusual signs. When civilian radar stopped receiving signals at 1:21, the entire ground tracking system lost the ability to determine the plane's position. The ACAR's data interruption left the technical picture incomplete, disrupting the information chain that is central to flight monitoring. Satellite recordings show that the plane did not disappear completely, but that it still had traces of interactions with Inmarsat stations. The data suggests a course south of the Indian Ocean, a marked departure from the standard path. This deviation forms the central story of the difficult-to-explain trajectory. Theories initially raised included the possibility of a serious mechanical failure, changes in cockpit operations, or the impact of unauthorized intervention. The analysis based on the Boeing 777 operating model provides only general suggestions and cannot draw definitive conclusions. The failure to retrieve the black box limits any simulation to mere speculation. The data gap between the moment the signal is lost and the last recorded moment by the satellite becomes a major obstacle in the entire investigation process, affecting the accuracy of any report. A multinational search effort was quickly launched. Aircraft, naval vessels, and deep-sea surveillance vehicles began to cover a wide swath of the sea west of Malaysia, and then extended into the southern Indian Ocean. This scale had never been used in a civilian incident before. The initial search focused on the area near the point of signal loss, but was gradually refined based on analysis of currents, wind speeds, and deflections from satellite data. These methods helped to narrow down but could not pinpoint the exact crash site due to the complex nature of the ocean area. During this time, many meetings were held between international agencies to unify data sources. Differences in the interpretation of satellite parameters and flight trajectories created significant controversy, which caused the initial approach to lose the necessary uniformity. On land, families of passengers repeatedly called for more information to be released. The lack of clues created strong public pressure, forcing authorities to speed up the analysis. The involvement of many international organizations represented a concentrated effort, although the results remained limited. When the first pieces of debris appeared on Reunion Island in 2015, confirmation that they belonged to a Boeing 777 marked a turning point. The drifting debris only reflected the condition of the structure, not the original crash site. The geographical distance also made it difficult to reorient the search area. Aerodynamic analysis based on the flaperon breakup suggests the plane could have crashed at high speed. This is consistent with some models that simulate the trajectory of the crash, but it cannot confirm the chain of events that led to the crash. The data is still missing several important links. Meanwhile, aviation investigators focused on the sudden turn. The flight over the Malaysian peninsula and then into the southern Indian Ocean created an unusual pattern that did not coincide with any known civilian flight path. This irregularity became the focus of technical review. The official report from ICAO and Malaysian authorities could only conclude that there was insufficient evidence to determine the cause. Initial data gaps forced the search into a multi-year, large-scale search. Search effort. The first phase of the search began as soon as satellite data identified the suspected flight path. Australia took over the coordination role and led the operation into the southern Indian Ocean. The area's complex geography made scanning the seabed difficult. Search teams are using specialized survey vessels, surveillance aircraft, and deep-sea vehicles to narrow down areas of concern. Multi-beam sonar technology is central to mapping the seafloor, but the rugged terrain and dense canyons hamper signal processing. Multiple campaigns were conducted between 2014 and 2017, each involving thousands of hours at sea. Underwater drones were also tested, but the ability to cover large areas remains a major challenge. The 120,000 km sweep represents a rare effort. The involvement of Go Phoenix and Ocean Infinity has added to the scope of the survey. These companies use satellite data and flow model analysis to identify potential drop zones. Combining multiple data sources increases reliability, but still does not produce conclusive results. The search area has changed several times due to ocean currents. Analysts have had to adjust their simulations based on the natural movement of debris over months of drifting, which has significantly reduced the ability to pinpoint the plane's original location. The cost of the search has grown exponentially over the years, making it one of the most expensive in aviation history. Many countries have had to adjust their finances to remain involved. Global interest kept the operation active for an extended period. During this time, the first pieces of debris were identified on Reunion Island, Madagascar, and various Indian Ocean shores. These pieces were consistent with the structure of a Boeing 777, supporting the theory that the plane crashed in the Southern Ocean. The drift location did not indicate the actual crash site. Material analysis showed that the fragments were damaged by high-speed impact. This information is consistent with simulations of steep descents. The data alone are insufficient to determine the cause or the final events in the cockpit. The ATSB released a technical report based on satellite navigation and aerodynamic modeling. It indicated the likely trajectory was near the deepest scan, but the error margin was so large that precise identification was impossible. Differences between analysis teams added significant time to data processing. Some experts argue that repeatedly changing the search area reduces efficiency. Natural conditions and technological limitations prevented the maintenance of a fixed search zone. New models continuously supplied updated information, requiring the campaign to adjust at each stage. In 2017, the search was officially suspended after no relevant objects were found on the seabed. This decision caused mixed reactions from the public. Some said it was time to stop, while many families of the victims asked to continue because there was no clear evidence. Allegations of delays or withholding of information were made during the pause in the operation. Victims' organizations took the case to court, demanding the release of more preliminary data. The official response said there was insufficient evidence to continue the search with any certainty. The years-long campaign led experts to reassess how commercial aircraft are tracked. ICAO subsequently introduced new real-time tracking requirements to reduce the risk of losing track of planes in similar situations, a major improvement seen as a result of the incident. Several civic groups continue to build independent analytical models to find more evidence. While they lack the ability to deploy survey vessels, these groups play a supporting role by compiling publicly available data, helping to maintain interest in the case. Experience from the MH370 search has been applied to many other deep-sea survey missions. Seabed topography analysis. Current simulations and the use of sonar have become more common in modern survey projects. These experiences have helped improve the accuracy of future studies. The gap left from previous campaigns creates the foundation for next-generation survey technology to be deployed. Recent Hunt Ocean Infinity returned with a partnership proposal based on payment on find terms. This approach would reduce financial pressure on Malaysia and provide maximum incentive for surveying. The Armada fleet became the centerpiece of the new campaign. Armada uses a series of autonomous underwater drones capable of operating at depths of up to 6,000 meters. These devices can detach from the mothership and scan large areas on their own, serving as an enhanced survey area. This is a significant step forward compared to previous campaigns. Improved multi-beam sonar technology allows for more detailed representation of objects on the seabed. High resolution allows for better identification of man-made structures, reducing confusion with natural terrain. This helps shorten the time to eliminate inappropriate targets. The underwater drone is equipped with a 4K camera capable of recording in low-light environments. The image data is transmitted to the ship via a dedicated fiber optic connection. This image serves as a direct verification of the suspicious points previously marked by sonar. An AI processing system is integrated to classify data in real time. The machine learning algorithm is trained on object models related to the Boeing 777. The AI helps to mark only shapes that are likely related to the aircraft, reducing the workload for the technical team. Quantum simulations and deep learning models were used to reconstruct the drift behavior of the debris. The simulation results helped narrow the search area to a high-probability area. This was one of the factors that changed the approach compared to the previous phase. Sentinel-1 satellite data plays a complementary role by analyzing the water surface at the time of the disappearance. Anomalies on the surface of the sea are examined to trace back to possible locations. This data provides an additional layer of reference when locating the area. The underwater drone is capable of staying submerged for long periods of time thanks to its high-efficiency power system. The long operating time allows for continuous scanning for many hours without having to return to the mothership. This significantly increases the amount of data collected each day. Noise from marine life and complex terrain affects the accuracy of sonar. AI is programmed to filter out noise based on the unique reflection characteristics of artificial objects. Automatic noise removal saves a lot of time in data processing. The drone's navigation is supported by a low-error underwater positioning system. This system allows the device to follow the survey map and avoid areas with difficult terrain. The precise positioning capability increases the safety and stability of operations. The data is stored and analyzed on board the Armada. On-site processing allows for quick identification of points of interest. This minimizes latency and reduces the risk of missing important signals during scanning. Engineering experts from MIT and many independent research units highly appreciate the effectiveness of autonomous drone technology. The combination of artificial intelligence simulation models and imaging technology helps improve the accuracy in the process of surveying the seabed. Ocean Infinity also uses wind and water movement models to identify areas likely to contain heavy objects. These models are updated with each campaign, creating a priority map with a higher level of accuracy than previous phases. Combining multiple data layers significantly reduces the area of concern. Areas that are too deep or have complex terrain are prioritized thanks to the drone's flexible navigation capabilities. This strategy significantly increases search efficiency. The campaign was monitored by the international scientific community. The extracted data provided valuable information for research related to deep-sea surveys. This is a testament to the value of autonomous robotic technology in complex scientific missions. Ocean Infinity sees this search as an important test to demonstrate the capabilities of the Armada fleet. The success in recording new data motivates continued expansion of the survey area in difficult-to-access ocean conditions. The signals and images obtained from the drone became the basis for a re-evaluation of the previously surveyed seabed area. The appearance of anomalies provided the basis for in-depth analysis, opening up the opportunity to verify the object's artificial origin. The signals obtained from the drone system have paved the way for the identification of analytically valuable signatures. New evidence. The underwater drone recorded a structure about 20 meters long lying close to the seabed, with reflective characteristics corresponding to a man-made object. The overall shape appeared clearly in the sonar image, attracting great attention because this location was in an area that had been assessed as having a high possibility. Preliminary analysis showed that the object had rounded edges and curvature, consistent with a large aircraft fuselage. The uniformity of the surface and the direction of the shadows in the data suggested that it was not a natural geological formation. The data was immediately submitted to the technical review team. The drone also detected an unusual hydroacoustic signal consistent with the frequency range of a black box transmission recorded at 8:19 a.m. on the day the aircraft disappeared. Although faint, the match prompted technical teams to examine the data more closely due to its potential relevance. A 3D Boeing 777 model was used to compare the object's structure, revealing notable similarities with the mid-fuselage section. Aviation specialist Jeffrey Thomas described the probability of a connection as significant, citing the object's shape length and sonar profile. While not conclusive, the findings strengthened the basis for continued analysis. Some sediment samples and material adhering to the surface of the object were recovered to examine the metal structure. If the alloy matches the Boeing 777 manufacturing standards, this will be important physical evidence. The material analysis system is processing each sample. The new data helps support the theory that the plane continued flying until it ran out of fuel. The flight path model shows a long, abrupt end consistent with a failure of thrust, ruling out several unsubstantiated theories. Some end-of-flight simulation data show that the zigzag flight path appears to be computer-controlled. This behavior is consistent with a situation without direct pilot intervention. The results are consistent with the theory of unmanned flight. Hydroacoustic analysis shows an area where sound levels gradually decrease over time, consistent with energy loss as the aircraft hits the water. The acoustic data is not enough to reconstruct the entire event, but it helps narrow down the picture of the crash mechanism. The impact of the new findings has created a shift in the research community. Similarities between the object and the Boeing 7 model prompted engineering teams to review old data. Combining multiple layers of data helped improve the accuracy of the assessment. The Voice 370 group, representing the victims' families, closely followed the analysis. They saw this as an important opportunity to complete the event's record after many years. The representatives requested clear information to ensure the assessment process was transparent. If the results confirm the object is directly related to MH370, the investigation could be reopened. This would involve legal proceedings regarding operator liability and compensation. Many provisions would be re-examined based on the new data. The aviation community is focused on the possibility of finding the black box if the fuselage structure is identified. Acoustic signals matching the frequency range of the black box can help guide the dive vehicle to the exact location, which is crucial to reconstructing the entire event. From a technical perspective, the new findings increase the value of autonomous drone technology in deep-sea surveying. The combination of sonar AI and simulation modeling shows that the search capabilities are superior to many traditional methods used. Many experts believe that new data is an important basis for eliminating hypotheses that lack empirical support. Relying on specific objects helps the analysis direction become clearer and move away from speculations that are not supported by data. From a public perspective, The emergence of new evidence has created a huge buzz after a long period of silence. Media organizations closely follow each technical report to gauge the reliability of the discovery. This is one of the most news-filled moments since the search stopped. Independent analysis teams also re-examined the data based on the released images. Cross-referencing multiple sources helps to increase objectivity. Many model estimates show that the fuselage position may coincide with the crash path predicted by several groups. The current survey is still ongoing to collect more samples and images. Given the great depth and uneven terrain, final confirmation will take time. The current signals are considered the strongest in 11 years. The new data not only has investigative significance, but also impacts technical standards in the aviation industry. Many proposals related to immortal black boxes have been put forward to avoid losing important data in similar incidents. The case has also attracted interest from aviation historians. Comparing MH370 to mysteries like Amelia Earhart shows the importance of modern technology in reconstructing events. New evidence plays a role in broadening the perspective. After more than a decade of relying on fragmented data, the emergence of new layers of evidence has opened up a clearer approach to the search for MH370. Drone signals and images provide a rare fulcrum for systematically piecing together obscured information. As technology continues to advance, the possibility of getting closer to the truth becomes increasingly apparent. If you want to follow similar discoveries and stay updated with the latest findings, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and join the journey to solve the world's biggest mysteries.